Hi guys, my name is Jana, and remember the wheel stitch we did? Well, this is what it turned into. I did 3 of them with 8mm pearls, and I did 2 of them with 6mm pearls, and then I used the ends here. I made that Russian spiral that we already did as a bracelet. So, and I added a pearl in between to connect. So this is basically what it looks like, what it turned into. I don't know if it will give a little bit of a bling, but let me put it on for you. Let me show you how that looks. So this is how it looks. I think it's really pretty. It became sort of a wedding, maybe slash prom necklace. I got a little necklace underneath it here, but I'm not taking that off because I inherited that from my grandmother, so that always kind of stays on. It goes very nicely with the skin, very fluently, as you can see. Also on the sides, it just goes with my skin. I can lower it. I got plenty of extension cord. It became kind of a prom slash wedding necklace, but I think it's really pretty. It does take, however, a long time. The tutorial is available for this, but it's a picture tutorial. So, but you already know how to make the little round brick stitch areas. So that's basically times 7, I think. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, times 7. And then I added a little decoration. I didn't show how to do that in the tutorial. I just figured that not everybody likes that, so I just added that for myself. And if you like to add decoration later on, you can figure that out, how you need to do that. I do show, however, how to attach the sides. And yeah, I'm really proud of this piece of work. It became really lacy and very classic and very wedding prom. So yeah, it's a project to take on. Now let me take this off and we can get started on something else. Here's another project. I showed you this with the Cellini spiral. I took part of this and used it. But of course, when you show parts of it that you use for a tutorial, just to get your tutorial done quicker, you also need to finish them. So this is the blue Cellini spiral that I finished up, and that's how that looks on my wrist. And I think it's really pretty, and it's very popular, by the way. That just leaves me with this one that hasn't been finished yet, but as soon as I get that one finished, I will show that to you guys too. So, now that we're up to date, what's next? I wanted to do another brick stitch. No, not another brick stitch. Yes, another brick stitch. Let's do another brick stitch. But I promise you that this one is for a ring. So it's easily and quickly done, and it's really, really, really cool. If you going to do the necklace all the way, then you probably don't want to see another brick stitch for a while. But I promise you, this ring, if you're planning on selling, then this ring will sell. I already had some comments on the ring on the picture tutorial, in the picture tutorial area, and the people say they're selling the crap out of them, so that would be a good seller. And for that, I was supposed to get 75 Swarovski bicones, but I see I got one AB in here. So what we're going to use are definitely clear bicones, and I'm just going to go recheck how many I got. 5, 10. So I spread my Swarovskis in piles of 10 because I don't know how many I'm going to use. And what I did, and I'm not going to explain this all over again. Oh! Wait. Remember them earrings? Well, I did a pendant with a little owl in it, and I did the dangles like that, and this tutorial is also available. It will show you per row exactly what I've put on. But also, again, it's pictures. So if you got a hard time with pictures, then you need to just, if you want to do this, pause the video, picture per picture. And yeah, you can use whatever colors you like, of course. But I do show there what colors I did. But this is like, I really like this pendant. This is actually the extended version of the earrings that I made. Okay, so now, really, let's continue. Okay, what I did here is another brick stitch. I got a little blue pearl in the middle. I used seed beads that are leftover seed beads. I got a whole bag of them here. They're all different sizes. They're leftover beads. There's some Miyukis in there that are leftovers. But I try to keep the size from the different beads. I try to keep them like pretty much equally, so that will stay fairly round. But and the last row I'm adding are seed beads that are size 9/0. They're crappy beads from the store, affectionately. Let me add that. They're cheap, and so were these. I use these normally for spring cleaning projects. This is actually one of the spring cleaning projects. Just try to get rid of as many crappy leftover beads as you have. And this one I'm doing in blue, white, and I got some silver in there. And now I'm going... Since it's getting semi-dark again, I thought I just might as well add the lights. I hope that's enough light. Now this may look well rounded, but it's not. You can only round this out with the size, either size 8 or size 6 if size 8 isn't working. But we're not worried about the roundness of this because you're not going to see that later on. So now we need size 9/0 of crappy seed beads, and I got the silver rokais here. They're not similar sized, but that's okay. We just need a similar color and somewhat similar sized to do the next row. So we're gonna do one more row, and don't worry if it's not going to be rounded up very well. Okay, so just do that one more row, and it doesn't matter. You can also use the blue beads. Just make sure that you use only one color for that last row that you're going to put on right now. So I would say pause me now until you get that last row done, and then I'll show you what's next. Okay, I finished all of this now. Got my silver around. As you can see, it's not really nice and round, but that's okay. Next step is to pick up our end tail, put it on a needle, and push that straight up as much as possible, and just go in the beads all the way up, coming out of the silver. So just pick whatever bead is closest on your way up. And you gotta come out of the silver right there. Okay, after that is done, you get your needle off again, and I have clear beads lined out in sets of 10. I got a total of 80. You can't see that, several are out of camera, but I'm starting off with my first 10. This is important because I want to know how many Swarovskis I'm going to put on this ring, just in case I have to make it again, and to also define how much it will cost if you want to buy one. Now, some of you are just making it for yourself or for your friends, but just in case you are interested in selling these, you might want to know how much you need. Okay, so coming out of the last silver seed bead, I'm going to go back in again, and I better put on my glasses so I can see something. And we're back, glasses and all. And we're going to go back into one of the seed beads that's right next to it. You can take the left one too, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to go in, and then we're going to go down, right underneath that silver line, right there. In between the beads, not into the seed beads. And then we're going to go up, skipping one row in between the seed beads on the row in front of that. Now it's very important that what we're going to do next, you're going to stay on this row and go inwards. Don't go into the row with the Swarovskis in between the silver and the blue. Okay, so you gotta stay on this row. I'm gonna pick up a bicone, and now I got out my, sorry, I had to replace my crappy beads for my Miyuki beads. I like to use my Miyuki beads, but you can use the regular big ones if you want. Doesn't really matter much, but I like them to be small on top of my bicone. So I got a 4mm bicone, and I'm gonna pick up a seed bead, and I'm gonna pull that all the way down, and then I'm going back into just the bicone like that, and I'm gonna go back into where I just came out of. And this in the beginning will be easy, but later on it's gonna be hard to find the same spot. But that's okay too. Just try and go back into the same spot as long as you can see that. So we're going back in like that, and that will make your bicone stand up like this. Now just stay close to the first bicone and make sure that you don't go in between these two rows, but go here, close by, or maybe even right next to it, in there, and pull that through. And put another bicone and another seed bead on your needle and pull that all the way down. And just do that again. Go back into the bicone and go back into that same spot that you came out of. Would be right here. And you're now just going to fill up. And if this happens, all you have to do is get the seed bead and pull. So you got two standing up now. Now the plan of it is to cover the whole area. So you can do that by either going around and working your way to the middle, or you can just kind of gradually go like this and finish up here. So the best thing for me to do would, I personally like staying close together, because in case I see a gap somewhere that I still want to fill up and I want to put another bicone in, then I don't have to go with my thread from one side to another. So I'm going to go and stay close together. I'm going to go right in front of there and keep them close, and they will push down, and that's what you want. You want them to go in all kinds of directions. Let me show you one that I already did, like this one. I didn't do that correctly. This was the first part of the tutorial, but I didn't do this one correctly. But that's what you want. You want them to go in all kinds of different directions. So you want to keep them close. So picking up another bicone and a seed bead and pulling that through down the thread and going into that bicone and trying to find that same spot to go down in. Right there. So just do this until you basically got all of it covered up, and I will show you what's next. So yeah, just pause me now. So I got my top all covered like this, and there's, I don't know if you can see that, probably not, but there's a really nice blue shine coming through there from the beads Swarovski, that blue shine from here. Now I'm over here with my thread, and I need to come out of the same bead on that side. Going up, going down, and up. And yep, I'm going down in there. So if you're lucky, you come up in the same bead. If not, I'm going down here now. And I'm going to go into the bead underneath it. And it's a bit hard to do because, as you notice, that everything is curled by now. And I'm going to pick up the bead that is next to it. and then I'm going back up in that silver seed bead. That's going to be a little bit hard. I'm coming out on the other side of the silver seed bead, which is fine too. I don't mind, as long as I'm in that bead. And then I'm going up. So now I got both threads coming out of the same bead, silver seed bead. And I'm going to pick up my crappy seed beads for this again. No need to waste perfectly good miyukis on that. I'm going to make the ring band. And although I don't like doing even numbers in ring bands, there's a little choice. And the next part is going to probably be hard to see, but I'm going to pick up 6 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm coming out of this seed bead. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 down. I'm trying not to stick in any of the beads. And now I'm going to go zigzag back to 1 where the thread came out of. Going up, going down, going up, and I'm going through these beads again. These 6 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to zigzag again. Down, up, down, and up, and I'm going to go into the seed beads again, and I'm going to come out of the 5th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 5. I'm going to turn that around, and I'm going to do my letter stitch, because you know I love my letter stitch. I don't know if you by now already know it. You put a one on, go through the first one back, and then into the first one, and I'm just going to do that with the second one. Pick one up, stick it back towards me, and I'm going into the second seed bead, and I'm going to do this until my ring band is long enough. I have a total of 4 seed beads I need to do, and that's 3, and got one more, 4, and in there, and then you turn it around and you start all over with that again. Do 1 into the first one, stick it back towards you, and back in that same seed bead you just added, and another one back towards you, and into that same seed bead you added, and another one, pulling that a little bit tighter. And the last one. And just do this until your ring band is long enough, and that would be easy to figure out. All you have to do is put that on your finger and go that all the way around. And if that's all the way around, don't forget you got one extra seed bead here, so that's all the way around minus one row, I guess, and then you would be okay. So pause me now until you get that ring band long enough. Okay, my ring band is long enough now. It looks a bit scaggly, but that will fix itself once I got the leftover thread and go up and down. But before I'm going to do that, I'm going to pick up the other thread first, because once this is tight here, this is going to be much harder to get through. So I'm going to pick up the other thread first, and I'm going to go through the 6 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. And I'm going to go down. And I'm going to zigzag this one too. 1 down. 1 up. And this is really annoying, so you gotta be really careful. And 1 in there again. And back up there. And now I'm just gonna zigzag this thread through the ring band, seed beads, until I can't go through there anymore, or I'm out of thread, which will be out of thread first, no doubt. And make sure you got all 4 of them. And sometimes when I get to the end and I don't think I can turn my needle around anymore, I'll just stick the back in like that for 1 extra time. And that's about it. And we'll cut that off right here. And now we're going to attach the end to the other side. Okay, and now we're just going to estimate where the other side is, so I'm just going to go across and hope to find that about here. About that one. Picking up a seed bead and going into that one. Up. And down into the next. Up. Down. seed bead into the first row. And going around again. Up in the seed bead. And in that first row, I'm going to do it one more time just to make sure. And I'm just gonna zigzag this thread back. And if you got 2.5 arm spans wide, you're good. My thread unfortunately broke due to getting tangled. Or it didn't break, I had to cut it off because it got tangled. But if the ring band is not as tight or as firm as you like after doing this a couple of times, because somewhere along the line you had to cut your thread too, then you can always put a new thread in here, in the ring band, so just to make it stronger. But I think if I can go up and down at least one more time, I will have enough. It will be strong enough. So I already got through there 3 times, but I will do it an extra time. So I already got through here 3 times, but I'll do the 4th time. The stronger the better. It's difficult to get in there though. And my thread is getting really short. Well, I made it pretty far back, so that looks pretty good. I'm very pleased. I'm going to cut this leftover thread off. So, yeah, this is the one, guys. I really like it. Let me put that on there. Right now my fingers are a little thick because of the heat. But yeah, that's it. I hope you like it. And I'm suspecting when you make one that you'll soon be selling them. I sell them for 15 euros a piece. That would be like $17 or $18. And then I sell 2 for like $12.50 a piece. So that would be 2 for 25. I sold a lot of these. I actually sold one in canary yellow. I didn't think anybody would buy it. And this is my only one left because I tried to leave a little bit of the color outside on the open, and I only wanted to use 50 beads. I wanted to show the inside of the bead, but that wasn't really a success. This is the only one that haven't sold, and I made about, I think, 30 of these, and all of them are sold. So yeah, don't be surprised if people gonna start asking you to make them for them and charge them, but don't charge them your hourly cost, because then you would have to charge another like $10 to $15, and then it's not worth it anymore. So just try to get them cheap. Get cheap beads, cheap seed beads in your store. What we call the crappy beads. Get them. Get some of the Miyuki beads. So if you want to. So the top will look nice. That would look nicer than with the big beads on top, but you can still use the big beads on top. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, I like it a little bit better with the smaller seed beads. So have fun with this, guys. I'm promising you this is the last brick stitch that I wanted to show you. Okay, see you guys next week. I hope to soon take on the Caprico bracelet with you guys. Bye-bye.